Hey guys, welcome back to Tracy's Local Learnings and welcome back to the Zen Den. Today I want to talk more about growing our YouTube channels. So you guys see that bright light? So I got some stuff for Christmas. I got one of these ring light things that holds my phone and has a light, which is really super cool because now you guys can actually see me, which is a win. I got like a 7-foot tripod, and I also got a tripod for my rear view mirror in my vehicle. Hint, hint. There's going to be some new content coming up. Anyways, let's get back to what I was talking about, which is your YouTube channel. Okay, do what you love. Do what you enjoy. Don't pick topics or videos that you're just like not into, because people will be able to tell. And our channels are going to grow with authenticity. Just be yourself and look at your phone like it's your buddy, right? Like it's your friend. At least that's how I do it when I do my videos. It makes it easier to watch, right? And I still stumble over my words and stuff, but that's just me. But the first point is do what you love. Now, I want to talk about building your community and who you're getting to come to your channel. I had that word for it figured out, but be careful who you attract. So now shorts are okay, as long as the shorts are relative to your channel. You wouldn't want a short of a, I don't know, of a rabbit if you don't have rabbits. Do you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't want a short of, I don't know. You guys know what I mean though, right? Like, make it relative to your channel. So if someone watches your short and then they hop over to your channel, it's going to make sense. It's not going to be like, well, what was that, right? So make sure that it's relative. The other thing is, when you're growing your community, you want to be careful who you attract. So if you're attracting people through your shorts, again, no, I'm not offending anybody. Nothing. I'm just saying, most people that watch shorts don't watch long form content. Very, very few of them do. And you want to attract, if your channel is long form content based, shorts really can mess things up, if you know what I mean. So the other thing is, if you can attach a short to a long form video, you can do that in your YouTube Studio app, right? Related videos. It'll say that you can attach to a short. So it really makes sense that you want everything cohesive, right? And flowing in your content. Like if your short is about food, you know, is your channel, does it have any food on it? I sure hope so, because otherwise that's going to be awkward for the person and then they're going to get frustrated and just leave. The other thing I want to talk about is, if you go into a live stream, I used to make this mistake all the time. I would bounce in there and be like, hello, without a clue of what was going on. No idea what the topic was, what the people were like, what the comments in the comment section were. I would just jump in there with both feet. I really encourage you guys not to do that. When you go into a new live stream, hang back for a little bit. You know, make sure that the topic is relevant to something you're interested in. Make sure it's not an offensive topic to you where you're not going to enjoy yourself. Make sure that the comments are, you know, if you're big on manners and people being polite, make sure you see that in the comments section before you jump on. You know, because it gives the channel itself a chance to present itself to you, right? And if you say hi too quickly, a lot of times people will come over to your channel. Now, if it's something you don't want nothing to do with, you don't want those people coming over to your channel, right? It's like getting gum stuck on the bottom of your shoe. You don't want it. You just want to not deal with that. So be very mindful when you go into live streams before you say anything, and announce yourself. Check them out. Check out their content and their comments. So the people that are supporting that. The next thing I want to talk about is something that I'm doing, and you guys can probably tell in this series of videos on how to grow our YouTube channel, is I'm doing what's called batch filming. So I'm taking one topic, I'm spending a day, and I'm writing out everything I want to know or want to share, pardon me, about that topic. And then I'm breaking it into segments so that my videos aren't too long. You know, when we're learning, it's hard to learn too much and it can be overwhelming for a lot of people. So I want to break it into shorter videos, ones that people will hopefully have the time to watch the whole video, and in the end come out with the same results. So they're I'm labeling them on my thumbnails, part 1, part 2, etc., right? So that if people jump into it and they're on part 3, they know they can go back in the playlist. I think it's on my Real Talk and YouTube playlist. These videos were all going to be on. And then they can enjoy the rest of the content, right? So when you're doing your batch videos, you can, you know, if you want, you can change your clothes, you can change your whatever, your backdrop, your hairstyle, be in a different location. I'm doing primarily this complete series in the Zen Den, and I'm not really too worried about changing my clothes and stuff. But I kind of move my hair around, if you guys have noticed, to make it a little bit different, right? You don't want it to be like, which video am I watching? So I want to make sure that you can, you know, tell the difference between the videos. Hang on here. Now, when I say trust your gut, this goes alongside of what you share on your community post. Again, if you jump into a live stream and you don't have a clue what it's about, but you share it out, I mean, you can really offend your community if you share out the wrong kind of content. So again, that all goes hand in hand. You want to make sure that you know what you're looking at, what type of people they are before you share it out. Because I have in the past shared out stuff that has offended people in my community, and I just wasn't thinking about it. That's because I didn't really get the whole community post thing. Now I have it figured out. There is some kind of basic stuff that we should think about before we share stuff out. Okay, so now one of the benefits of doing batch type videos where you have 3 or 4 in the same topic is, well, I'll tell you what I do. So I pick one day of the week, and that's when I write out my idea and what I want to share, right? Now, once I get it all written out, I break it down into segments. So it's a fairly, you know, a shorter size video that people can handle watching and hopefully retain what I'm saying, whether they're taking notes or whatever. And then I do the next part. So when you do these things, you will have the opportunity to become more consistent. And how that is again through your YouTube Studio app. You can go in there and schedule. So say if you make 4 videos, you can schedule one for like tomorrow. So today's Friday. So say you scheduled it for Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday or something. It's easier to get that scheduling going, that consistency that can, you know, help people know, okay, hey, she's going to post 3 times a week this week. It's on Sunday, Wednesday, or whatever, right? Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. So it again, it builds your community that way because of consistency, right? It's always great. Like I always love the channels that are consistent, especially with their live streams, because I know I can be like, oh, it's this time I should be over. I want to go over and check out this channel, right? And see what they're up to today. And there's so many great channels for everybody to go and check out. So I hope that you guys found this interesting. Leave comments down below. Let's all grow together. If you have any questions or suggestions on this topic, leave it in the comments section. And that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you don't miss any further uploads. And that's it. Have a super duper day. Bye, guys.